Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 340. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is titled Building Assets to Create Passive Income. Building Assets to create passive income. Now, I did a show several months back, I believe it was episode number 293, titled The Freedom Equation, How to Control Time and Money. And what the freedom equation is, it's cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. Cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. And today we're going to talk about passive income, but we're going to focus on digital products to create passive income. So there's some of the easiest type of products or services or assets that you can build to create passive income. But before we get to today's show, I just want to share a few things with the BEB family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and my resource links, such as the link to my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. Also, 2 platforms I've created to help circulate dollars in the Black community, BeSmartByBlack.com and HireBlackFreelancers.com. Also, I just wanted to remind you guys that my new book is coming out titled Message to the Black Entrepreneur, 14 Laws of Prosperity. You can go to BEBmessage.com and you can pre-order that book. It's coming out the first week in February. So now we want to talk about today's show topic, family, building assets to create passive income. And we're specifically going to talk about digital products. But let me just give you a little overview first. So one of the things that I've always been big on is building assets. So assets may not be beneficial to you today, but in the long run, they're going to pay off. So one of the things, for example, if you invest in gold or you invest in real estate or you invest in the stock market, now those investments may not pay off right away. But if you buy a house and you sit on that house and rent it out for 30 years, that's an asset. You may not be making a lot of money each month, but when you go to cash out, then those assets really come into play and it's really beneficial for you. So when I talk about building assets, they're all type of assets that you can build. And just to give you an idea, obviously they're physical assets such as houses, gold, things of that nature. You have digital assets, which could be products, courses, online content. You also have intellectual property. So for example, if you own a trademark or if you own the rights to something, you have websites that are assets, you have revenue producing assets, and you have long-term assets. So there's all types of assets that you can build to generate all types of income sources. So multiple streams of income. We always talk about that. So I'm just going to look at myself for a minute. So a lot of times when I'm creating things, for example, my book, A New Black Wall Street, it took me a long time to write it, but it's a consistent asset. So I sell that book week in and week out. So I created it one time and now it's an asset. Yes, it took a while to write, but it's an asset. Some of the courses that I've created over the years, those are still generating revenue. They are assets. Some of the other things that I invest in, my product brands, my physical product brands, they are assets. Sometimes the sales are better in one month than they are in the previous month, but that's okay because I've built up so many assets that I have revenues coming in from all different sources. And one of the things that we have to learn to understand, guys, you can't depend just on one source to have all your revenues come in. And once again, I've talked about this on several shows, but the pandemic should have taught everybody that you need multiple streams of income. So we have people out here literally dying and losing their homes, losing their cars, losing family members, losing everything. So you always want to have multiple streams of income. And the more assets that you build up, the better you're going to be. So I was just talking to one of my coaching students not long ago, and she actually asked me about how many revenue sources did I have. And I said, well, I have a ton of assets. I said, if I broke down the revenue sources individually, like, for example, if I said digital products, I have over like 25 or 26 digital products. But she was like, well, how many of these assets did you create? And I said, I created all of them. And I said, I didn't do it, in one fell swoop. It took a period of time to collect and build these assets. It's just like if you're a real estate investor. You're not going to buy 20 rental properties at one time. You're going to accumulate them over time. So one of the things that we need to start talking about, guys, is building assets to create passive income. And the question is, why is passive income so important? And I talk about this, you guys know, ad nauseum. Passive income is important because now you're not trading your time for dollars. And what does that allow you to do? It allows you to do anything that you want to do. It allows you to focus on things that are important to you because you're not worrying about how you're going to pay your mortgage, how you're going to pay your car note or the electric bill. It allows you the ability to have freedom. And really, that's what most entrepreneurs and most people want, the ability to do what they want, when they want to, with whoever they want to do it with. So if you wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm going to fly to LA and I'm going to hang out in LA for a couple of days. If you don't have that freedom, if you don't have that cash flow and passive income, you're not able to do it. So one of the things that I think that's the biggest concern or the biggest problem that I see with a lot of the people that I come in contact with, my coaching students, and just talking to people about business and entrepreneurship and life in general, is that a lot of them are doing things because they have to do them, not because they want to do them. Perfect point. I just got off the line with one of my buddies, and he's chasing money right now. And I told him, I said, bro, stop chasing money. There's an industry, there's a thing that I know that you love to do, but you just have to understand and learn how to monetize it. Because one of the worst things, and I've lived it myself, one of the worst things is, guys, you getting up every day, going to a job you can't stand with people you probably wouldn't hang with if you didn't work with them, doing something that you don't even feel, makes you even feel better. Okay, it's not fulfilling for you. The antithesis to that is being able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with who you want to do it with, work on projects and things that are important to you, that have meaning to you, that have value to you, things that are fulfilling. So if you have one object in the left hand and one in the right hand, you're going to want to do what you can do in the passive income space, because truly that is the only way that you're going to be able to live the life that you want to live. So once again, the freedom equation, if you haven't listened to that episode, is episode number 293. The freedom equation, how to control time and money, episode 293. How to control time and money, the freedom equation. Cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. Cash flow means money coming in on a regular basis. It could be every day, every week, every month. But the more it comes in, the better. My dad always used to talk about my everyday money, my every week money, and my monthly money. Now, if you got money coming in every day, that's going to take care of every week and every month. But he was talking about when he had a side hustle while he was starting his, working in corporate America, and he had a side hustle. So his side money was like his weekly money. His everyday money was the money he was earning when he was working in corporate America. And then his chunks, because that's another thing too. If you're able to get chunks of money, like if you're in the real estate or something like that, where you can get 5, 10, 20 stacks at a time on a transaction or whatever, that's a chunk of money. So those chunks make up for a lot if you're not getting that every day and every week and every month money. So if you're getting chunks throughout the year, as long as you manage that correctly, you're going to be in good shape. But I'm a big proponent, guys, of cash flow, having stuff come in from all types of places. So I was looking at my Stripe account. I got about three Stripe accounts. And so some days it may not be a lot of money coming in from one Stripe account. I may have $120 coming from one Stripe account, $500 from another Stripe account, and $2.78 from the third Stripe account. But you put all of that together in a day, $600-700, whatever, that's a pretty decent day. Now, once again, there are days when, there's thousands of dollars comes in those Stripe accounts. So it all depends. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get to you guys, it's all based on building assets, not one asset. I always tell you guys, one is the worst number for anybody. You got one job, you lose that job, guess what? You done. You got one stream of income, you lose that stream of income, guess what? You done. So what you want to do is start building assets. So today we're talking about building assets to create passive income. And I really want to talk about digital products. Okay. Digital products are great products to sell to create passive income because you create them once and you can sell them for, continuously. Like I said, ad nauseum. So what happens is there's no inventory. The only cost is creating it. Just say you created a digital course, a 3-part video course or training, right? Which you can create very easily with today's technology. You could do a training on how to use or set up a WordPress site. Okay. And all that is you setting up a WordPress site on your computer and recording your computer screen. And it could be as simple as a 30-40 minute, video. And now you have a product. Okay. Remember though, there's a formula to selling products and services. All right. I've been telling y'all this for years. All right. Problem, solution, result. The easiest way to sell something is to solve a problem. What's the problem? I don't know how to build a WordPress site to get my business running. What's the solution? Jay Jones digital course, how to build a WordPress site in 20 minutes. What's the result? I'm solving that problem. Now that customer is able to move forward with their business. Problem, solution, result. Very simple. Problem, what is it? The solution is your product or service. And the result, what happens when that customer uses my product or service? Now, of course, you can sell other ways, but that's the simplest way. And so one of the things is I'm trying to give you guys a path of least resistance when it comes to building passive income. The path of least resistance. What's the easiest way to do it? The easiest and less costly way to do it is to sell a digital product. And so there's a formula for selling a digital product. And I just want to go over that with you guys real quick. Today's show is actually going to be pretty short. I'm going to get right to the point. And we got the MLK holiday coming up Monday when this drops. So I wish everybody a happy and blessed MLK Monday. It's a day of service. So once again, I'm always big on service. That's what we're put here for. So hopefully you're doing something to help serve other people. Because that's exactly what God put us here for. We're not here for just ourselves. God, granted, we got to take care of ourselves. But don't forget the other people in your life and the other people out there. So when it comes to building assets and creating passive income, I said digital products are major. Very simple and easy to create. And the easiest formula for that is problem, solution, result. So let me just give you an example. So, and you know what? I wish I would have done this on video. Hopefully I'll create something a little later and put it out on YouTube. But here's a very simple way that you can create a digital product and start earning passive money very simply. So there's several parts to it. So for example, find a problem. Okay. Create the solution. And obviously you have to tell in the marketing, you have to tell people problem, solution, result. What is it going to be? So for example, somebody wants to start a business and make money. They don't know how to do a WordPress or create a WordPress site. They don't have the money to hire somebody. So once again, you create that WordPress tutorial or training, which if you're good and proficient in that, you create that probably within an hour, maybe an hour and a half, edit it, make it look nice and pretty. And now what you do is this. you create a landing page, and a landing page is just a page that people can go to if they want to request your product or service. On that landing page, you have a title, how to put up a WordPress site for dummies. Okay. And what you do is you start running traffic to that website, to that landing page. Now, on that landing page, there's an opt-in form. What's your first name and your email? And you'll get a free report, the checklist on what you need to do to create a WordPress site, easily and simply within an hour, whatever you're selling. But that lead magnet is the thing that's going to get people to give you their name and their email address. So once again, you're running social media traffic. You can have paid traffic, or if you have a big social media following, you can just run a post and say, hey, if you need to learn how to build a WordPress website, simply and easily within an hour, go to www. whatever it is. And on that landing page, put your email address in and your first name. And I'm going to give you a checklist, a PDF, or whatever. Okay. So you're not selling anything off the top. That's the thing. You're giving value. You're giving content. So this checklist is going to have everything that you need to build a to build a WordPress website. Okay. Now, so you have traffic, either paid traffic or social media posts driving people to a landing page. On that landing page is an opt-in form where once again they put their name and their email address. Once they hit click, then your email autoresponder, we're not going to get too technical, I'm just giving you an overview, will send them that PDF or that checklist. Now, that's going to do that independently. Next, what's going to happen is they're going to go to the second page of your sales funnel. The landing page is the first page, and that's just the opt-in form. Once they put their name and email address in and click that button, it's going to say, thank you, you'll get this email in a minute. The next page is the second page of the sales of the sales funnel. Now, that thank you page, thank you very much for downloading this free checklist. It'll be in your inbox within 5 minutes. But on that thank you page, you actually have another sales opportunity for them. It's called an upsell. So now you may say, great, you've actually created, or you've got this download now with this checklist of the things you need to do to easily create your WordPress site. Now, I have a one-time offer, which is an upsell, where I have a short 45-minute training tutorial that physically takes you through everything you need to do on the checklist, but I'm showing you how to do it, quote unquote, on my computer. Now, obviously, my wording and everything would be a lot better, but I'm just giving you an overview. This is a one-time offer where it's $37, it's $29, it's $49 or whatever. But your deliverable is the training video that you created for pretty much nothing. Okay? You created it, and the only thing it cost you is time. Now, we're not going to get into your email sequences and things like that, but understand what you just done. The first thing that you did was you drove traffic, or you created traffic to your landing page. You put in a lead magnet, which is a piece of content. It could be written, digital, audio, or whatever that people want. They have a problem, and that piece of content solves the problem. So now you gave them a checklist on how to easily create a WordPress site. They get that for free. They look at the checklist, right? Before that PDF hits their inbox, as soon as they click download the PDF, they're taken in the funnel to the second page, which is the thank you page of the sales funnel. And on that thank you page, as opposed to just saying, like most people do, oh, thank you very much, check your inbox. The thank you page is one of the biggest pages that you need to start utilizing. That's open space that most people don't use. So instead of just saying, thank you very much, check your inbox within the next couple of minutes to get your PDF. Now you have an offer, which is an upsell, which is page or the second part of your funnel. Okay. It's stage 2 of your funnel. First stage of your funnel was your landing page with the opt-in form. Now the thank you page is the next page of the funnel. Instead of just saying thank you, check your inbox. Hey, I know that you're interested in building a WordPress site. I have a one-time special offer that's going to help you make it even easier to do it with this video tutorial and training. It's a one-time offer. You will never see this again. Once again, I'm just paraphrasing, but you want to make it good. It's a one-time offer which you will never see again. And I'm going to give you this live 45-minute training that takes you from A to Z and teaches you how to create your WordPress site. You may want to throw in some additional bonuses, maybe another video or something like that. But it's about leaving the breadcrumbs, right? So it's leaving trails, leaving breadcrumbs. So the first breadcrumb is I'm solving this problem with this PDF download. All right. Oh, cool. I need that. That's free. They got that. Even before they even looked at the PDF download, what you want to do is give them another one-time offer, which is aligned with your lead magnet. So it can't be something different. You can't tell them you're going to teach them how to do a Word or create a WordPress site. And now your upsell is, I'm going to teach you how to gamble on the NFL. All right. It's not congruent. It is not aligned. So it has to still be aligned with what your initial lead magnet is. So now in step 2 of the sales funnel, you're giving them additional information or an opportunity to be able to expedite what they're trying to do. You can read the PDF and the checklist, but what's more valuable? Reading a PDF and the checklist or watching the video where somebody's taking you straight through all the steps you want? Is that worth $37? Is it worth $47? Is it worth $17, $19, whatever you want to price it at? Remember, you created this asset and it may have taken you 40 minutes. It's a digital asset. We're not going to talk about the technical aspects of how you're going to deliver that asset. If it's going to be, what paywall you're going to use or anything like that. We're just talking about a macro view, an overview of this type of concept of building assets. Once again, this is a very simple concept. Now, let's talk about why being able to sell something right after you give free content is important. So, for example, if you're paying for advertising, say you're on Facebook and you're running ads to that landing page. Now, it may cost you $20 a day to run ads to that landing page. You may get 20 people that go to that landing page. Out of the 20 people that go to the landing page, maybe 15 of them get your download, okay? Out of those 15 people that get your download and see your upsell, which is the second page of your funnel, maybe only 5 of those people, let's even take it down low. Just say 3 of those people out of the 15 that go to the landing page actually purchase that. And let's just say, to keep the numbers simple, just say you're selling that digital course or training for $20. All right. So now you just sold that to 3 people, which equates to $60. Okay. And if you're doing $20 a day in ads or whatever, that means you made $40. So basically you're running ads for free. You're building your database for free. People are paying you basically to build your database. And this is how most of the big time people that are creating passive income do it. Okay. So you're recuperating funds by giving away a free product. It could be a free book, which a digital book. I just actually, matter of fact, I'm going to go through one right now, audio version. I'm not going to, show you because I'm not doing video on this one, but it's called the 1 hour funnel. Okay. And I forgot the guy's name, but here's what his landing page says. Here's how to build your funnel in just 1 hour. Most people believe it takes months of time and thousands of dollars to create a sales funnel. Discover how to get your funnel mapped out, made, and marketed in less than 1 hour of time. Now, you put your name and your email address in, and this is what comes up on the next page. It says, hey, want to get the most out of your online marketing strategy? Then there's a little video and he talks about, the 1 hour funnel. And he has a 1 hour funnel bundle. And in that bundle, it's 1 hour funnel, the physical book. He actually was selling a digital version of his book. That was his free giveaway. That was his lead magnet. Now with the bundle, you're going to get the physical version of the book. You're going to get the audio book. You're going to get a funnel masterclass, Secrets of High Converting Funnel Pages. And he said that's a $97 value. Facebook Ads Masterclass, Secrets of High Converting Facebook Ads. That's a $97 value. And the Funnel Triage Training, what to do when your funnel stops working. That's another $97 value. So get the 1 hour funnel ads bundle for just $37. And then he has, yes, I want the 1 hour funnel bundle for $37. And then it goes on to explain everything that's in the bundle. Here's everything you get in the bundle. Blah, 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 blah. It's going through everything with images. Get the entire bundle, a $315.90 value for only $37. Yes, I want the 1 hour funnel bundle for just $37. It has a checkout page. It has some about the author. And then he goes into with some other content and also some testimonials. So once again, it's a $37 product. And everything that he's selling now is digital except the physical book. And I'll tell you, I think the book is only about 60 to 70 pages. So that book might have cost him to print out $3 to $4 at the max. So once again, in this funnel, he's giving you a free book. That's the first part of the funnel. And the free book basically is called the 1 hour funnel. 9 steps to creating your high converting, profitable sales funnel in only an hour. And that's the book. Here's how to build your funnel in just 1 hour. Give me your name and your email address. You hit the send my copy button. Right after that, it goes to another page, which is page 2 of the video, of his sales funnel. And it says, want to get the most out of your online marketing strategy? It has a short 2-minute video of him talking, and he's saying stuff like, hey, your PDF will be in your inbox within the next 5 minutes. But while you're waiting for that, let me tell you about this one-time offer, the 1 hour funnel bundle. And then he goes to describe what you get in that bundle for $37. So let's take him as a real life example. So say he's running paid ads and this is probably high because he's probably got this dialed in by now, but just say it cost him $5 to get a person to go to his landing page. For every one person that buys his bundle, he's making $37, right? So he can literally have 7 people go there and not buy. 7 times $5 is $35. And the 8th person that goes and buys that bundle for $37 pays for those other 7. You see what I'm saying? So he's recuperating, hopefully, if he's doing it right, recuperating his advertising spend. So literally, if those numbers hold true, he's actually building his database for free. He's even making a couple dollars. So he's bringing in 7 people that don't buy the bundle, and the 8th person does at $37. The other 7, it cost him $5 per person to bring them to the landing page, which is $35. So that means every 8 people, he's making $2. And once again, that's just a fictitious numbers that I'm making up. But I wanted to show you guys that you can literally build your database for free if you know how to create the right digital assets or digital content. Now, once again, he does have a cost of a physical book, so we have to take that into account. But most times these initial upsells and what they're called, you're recouping your ad spend. Okay, so most times these initial upsells are all straight digital. So you're not even worrying about creating or mailing out a physical product. But that's building assets to create passive income. Now, once you get that dialed in, and now you're bringing people to your actual landing page for $1 a piece as opposed to $5 a piece. So if you're bringing people in for $1 a piece, the first 7 people don't buy the upsell, right? That's $7. The 8th person buys the upsell. That's $8 you spent, and you just generated $37, right? So that means you're up $29 plus $29 for every 8 people that actually go and get your download, your free book. you're making $29. Okay. So when you look at numbers like that, that doesn't sound like a lot of money, right? But what we're talking about today, though, is building assets, not just one asset, but building multiple assets to create passive income. So even with that example right there, every 8 people, he's making $29, right? If those were the numbers. So if he has 80 people, he's making $290, right? And that's just on one asset. So what we have to start thinking about, guys, is not trying to monetize one asset to the point where that's the only thing that's going to make you, get to $1 million. Unless you're selling a high ticket item, it's going to be very hard to get into the 7 figures. But if you have multiple assets, so say he's making $290 a day off of 10 different assets, and they could be digital assets or whatever. That's a good day. $2,900 a day, $3,000 a day. All right, $21,000 a week. That's a good week. So what we have to start understanding, guys, is stop trying to build just a transactional business. This is a long game business. So you need to start building assets for the long game. So most times all we're looking at is, man, I gotta sell something. We're not even talking about building a community or building multiple assets. So with my ecosystem, and it's something that to be honest, guys, I didn't even think about it at first, but it just kind of happened because people kept asking me, hey man, I need help with this. Can you help me with that? Yeah, but I can't spend the time to help 500 people do 500 different things. So I had to figure out, let me have or create some assets that can help people. Okay, I still do my one-on-one coaching. I only have about 12 to 13 coaching clients right now, and that's all I can really handle. But for people that don't need the one-on-one coaching, I've created assets to help them move from point A to point B, to help them transform whatever the transformation is they want to make. So what we're talking today about, guys, is building assets to create passive income. And don't forget, if you have not gone and listened to episode number 293, all right, it's the freedom equation, how to control time and money. And the freedom equation is cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. How do you control time? How do you control money? All right, so you control time with passive income, because what passive income does, it frees up your time. How do you control money? With cash flow. So you're literally controlling time and money with passive income. Cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. And I'm going to tell you guys, when you get up in the morning and you're free, where you can focus on and do things that you want to do that have meaning to you, that are fulfilling to you, it's a different lifestyle. It took me a long time to get to this point because I was fighting it. At first, many people think, this isn't even possible. But just look at some of the people out there that have this. Matter of fact, I was watching something on Instagram the other day, and it was a young brother talking on an interview. I forgot his name, but he was saying one of the biggest things that he loved was the freedom, the ability to have flexibility and do what he wants to do. A mentor and a brother that I just connected with, and one of the things he talked about was being able to spend time with his son. And that's what it's all about. And I tell my story all the time. When my girls were in high school and even in college with field hockey and rugby and all the sports that they were playing, soccer, I didn't miss a game. Not a high school game, not a summer league game, not a club team game, not the travel team games, not a scrimmage. We were in Florida, Maryland, Virginia, all over the place with my daughter's club teams, field hockey teams. And it's funny. Some of the parents used to ask me, like, yo, do you work? Yeah, I work. But I just crafted and created a business that's suitable for me, that creates passive income, that gives me freedom. Some of my daughter's friends were like, yo, your dad work? You sure you work? Yeah. But what I've learned over those trial and error over the years and I wish I would have known this a long time ago, was I was hustling and chasing dollars at first. I wasn't focusing on what was innate in me. And I talk about pinpoint monetize your genius, and your genius being the intersection of your passion and your talent. The problem is most people don't know how to monetize that. You know, just like I was talking about my buddy I just literally talked to before I started recording the show, he's still chasing money. And he's chasing money because he hasn't built up assets. He hasn't built up assets that are going to create passive income. Now, he has assets and all of that stuff, a house and all that other stuff, but he hasn't created assets that create passive income. That needs to be your focus if you want freedom, family. Creating assets that create passive income. What are those type of assets? They could be income producing bonds. They could be stocks. It could be real estate. It could be digital products. It could be anything that creates passive income where you're not trading your time for dollars. So the reason I'm locking in right now on digital products on this episode is because the barrier to entry is low. So you may want to be a real estate mogul. You may not have the money. You may not have the credit. You may not have the ability to buy rental properties right now. Okay? So what type of assets are the easiest to create that are going to create passive income? And that's why I'm a big believer and a big proponent of e-commerce. It's out there. So start thinking about what problems can you solve with a product? And think about just a digital product. What do you know how to do that people will pay to find out how to do? I just gave you an example, right? Oh, man, and I see this all the time. A lot of people want to start businesses, but they don't have the technical expertise to set up their WordPress account. I'm talking to a couple young brothers right now that are doing crazy business right now, doing WordPress sites for people. I'm going to have them on the show in a couple of months. All right. They're solving a problem. Business owners need websites. I don't know how to create a website, man. I'm not good with all that. Cool. Don't worry about it. That's the problem. We're the solution. What are the results? You're going to have a beautiful website. It's going to do exactly what you want it to do. And you're not going to have to worry about it anymore. What can you do? What product can you create or service that you can create that's going to solve somebody's problem? What product or service can you create that's going to solve somebody's problem? Preferably digital. I mean, if it's a physical product, that's cool too. But then you're getting into more, it's going to be more cost. It's going to cost more to create a physical product than it is the digital product most times. Unless you're out there shooting like a Cecil B. DeMille movie or something like that. But a digital product that can simply solve a problem. So if you're proficient in any type of software, are you able to create a video on that? I have a BEB family member that's in the media. She's in the process of creating a digital series about how to present yourself on camera, on film. People are doing a whole lot of stuff right now on YouTube, right? You need to be able to know how to present yourself. She has the authority. It's coming from an expert, a professional that's been in the media on TV for years. That's something that she can take and help solve a problem. What can you do or create to help people solve a problem? Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be something as simple as how to build a cabinet, right? Now, that's not simple, but for somebody that knows how to do it, you create a video of you doing something. So there are many ways to create content. You can create a video of you doing something that other people may need to know how to or learn how to do. YouTube, I get it. That YouTube University is out there. And don't be discouraged because people can find content free. All right. That's always going to be out there. The difference is how you position your product and or service. How do you connect and communicate with that market? That's what's going to make the difference. Okay. Now, if I got if I'm sick, right, I can probably, like a lot of people do, go online and diagnose myself, right? But that ain't going to cut it. Yo, I need to go to a real doctor. So what type of problems can you solve And can you create the answer or the solution to that problem in a digital version? Very simple. And once again, we're talking about building assets to create passive income. And the reason I'm talking about digital products is because the barrier to entry is very low. All it takes is an iPhone or your laptop, some recording device, a landing page, and some content, and you have a digital product. And I know, yeah, guys, it's easier said than done, but really that's what it's all about. Now, before we close on out, guys, and get to the last part of the show, I just want to share all my social media contact information and resource links. So I mentioned at the top of the show, y'all, my new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. You can go to anewblackwallstreet.com. Pick yourself up a copy. It's $14.95 plus shipping for the physical version, $9.95 for the digital version. Now, if you need additional assistance building your successful, sustainable e-commerce business, my flagship program, Brand Builder Academy Elite, BBAelite.com is out. It's a 14-week program that takes you from point A to point Z, building your business, your digital business. It could be physical products or digital products. Building your e-commerce business, go to BBAelite.com. Use the coupon code BBAelite100. Save $100. It's only $97. BBAelite.com. Coupon code BBAelite100. Also, I mentioned at the top of the show, 2 platforms I created to help circulate dollars in the worldwide black economy. That's what this show is all about, family. Circulating dollars, building and supporting black-owned businesses. The first one is BeSmartByBlack.com. If you are a black product producer that wants to sell your products to black consumers worldwide, upload your product information to BeSmartByBlack.com. It is free, and you can connect with consumers worldwide that want to buy your products. Now, I didn't forget about you freelancers, right? So if you do anything on Fiverr.com or Freelancer.com, I've created a site for you titled HireBlackFreelancers.com, HIRE, blackfreelancers.com. Once again, it is free to upload your information. Now you can connect with black businesses and black consumers that want to hire black freelancers. Also, I forgot to mention at the top of the show, my new rebranded, rebooted Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Academy is up and running, family. So the BEB Academy, go to BEBacademy.com. You have 5 days free, and you can take anything in the academy, any course or any training that you want, and you have 5-day free access so you can try it before you buy it. Now, after the 5 days, it's $29 a month, which is a steal. And I got pretty much all of my courses in there except BBA Elite. Okay, so that's BEBacademy.com. Also, once again, don't forget my new book is out. You can go to BEBmessage.com, and it's titled Message to the Black Entrepreneur, 14 Laws of Prosperity. It drops the first week in February, and I have a pre-sale promo going on, so you can go to BEBmessage.com. Now, for my social media contact information, once again, all of this stuff is at BEBconnect.com. BEBconnect.com. So everything I'm saying now and I'm about to say, you can go to BEBconnect.com and you'll find all the links. Now, if you need to connect with me anything long, hit me on my email at jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, JJones001, JAYJONES001. Instagram, JJones for real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, family. We got additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. So yes, the show does come out on YouTube, but we have additional content. So go to YouTube, just type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint and hit that subscribe button. LinkedIn, if you want to connect with me, J Jones, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. And if you're on Clubhouse, you can connect with me at I am J Jones, at I am J Jones. Yeah, that was a mouthful, y'all. Once again, just go to BEBconnect.com for that. So, once again, family, don't forget about building assets to create passive income. And remember, those assets may not pay off for you right away. It's just like buying a stock today and you don't see any appreciation or gains in it for 15, 20 years. It's like buying a rental property or buying real estate. You may go through some ups and downs in the market, but hopefully within 10, 15, 20 years, it has been appreciated and hopefully doubles or triples in value. So once again, building assets, the more assets that you build, the more streams of revenue that you can create. The more assets that you build, the more streams of revenue that you can create. And once again, you need to have more than one stream of revenue, family. And like I said, if the coronavirus pandemic hasn't taught us anything, it definitely taught us that. So what you'll find, and especially if you get into where you're supposed to be, if you're living in your genius and you're doing what you're supposed to do, that creation of assets is just going to come naturally, because you're going to know what your customers or your audience wants, because you're in that part. You're in the audience. Okay. So it's funny, me as a serial entrepreneur, after I left corporate, there was so many things that I knew that I needed. And I'm like, yo, who can I go to get this? How can I learn how to do this? So of course you want to continue to build up your skill set, but you also want to be building assets along the way, building your assets. And don't worry if you wrote a book and it's not paying off right away. You still got that. Maybe you haven't learned how to market that book well enough yet, but that's still an asset. Maybe you created that course, for about a year ago and nobody's buying it. Don't worry about that. That's an asset. What you have to understand is that we're all in the marketing business. We're all in the marketing business. There's a lot of people that do the same thing that you do. There's a lot of people that do the same thing I do. We all just have different voices and different ways of going about it. So start building your assets, and don't worry about the assets having to cash out instantaneously. All right. Now, I'm not telling you to go ahead and write a 700-page novel. It takes 3 years and you can't pay your electric bill. I'm not talking about that. Do what you need to do, but in the process, start building assets. And then what you need to do is you need to hone in and really understand and level up your entrepreneurial IQ so you can market those assets, so you can get a return off of those assets. It's a bad thing, man, when you write a book and you spend months writing a book, toiling over it, and you're not making a lot of money off the book itself, the physical book. You may make, if you're doing it the right way, $10 to $12 off a book, depending upon what you're selling it for. So you got to sell a ton of books. But if you spend all of that time and now you're like, damn, I think they said the average person that self-publishes a book sells less than 200 books. So even at a $10 per book profit, which is probably a little high, that means most people only make $2,000 for the life of the book. All right. But it is an asset. So sometimes you have to revisit those things, and you have to understand how to market and build those assets and be able to sell those assets. Once again, we're talking about digital products today. Very simple. Problem, solution, result. What's the problem? My product is the solution. And what's the result when Joe uses my product? Problem, solution, result. The easiest way to sell something. People don't care if you're black, white, red, green, yellow, purple, or whatever. They don't care if you're young or old. First of all, most of the product creators that you buying stuff from, you don't even know who created the product, right? So if it's a teeth whitening product, you don't know who created that product. All you know, there was a problem. That's the solution, and the result is white teeth. It's a weight loss problem, right? Oh, it's a weight loss diet. Yeah, you may know the diet author's name or whatever. You don't know that person. Problem is I'm overweight. The solution is this Mediterranean diet or whatever. And the result is I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 60 days or whatever it is. Problem, solution, result. Easiest way to sell something. Okay. You don't have to be the face of it. Okay. Just figure out what problem you can solve. Then what you need to do is you need to create that asset to solve the problem. And today we're just specifically talking about digital assets because it's easy and it's a low barrier to entry. You don't need to buy 5,000 razor blades if you're creating a new razor company. You don't need to buy 1,000 curling irons, flat irons, if you're in that space. So you can create a digital product very easily. We all have the technology. It can be on your iPhone. Okay? You're going to need a couple of things, though. You're going to need a landing page. You're going to need a domain name. You can get the, domain names and emails from GoDaddy. Landing pages, you can use ClickFunnels, DropFunnels, ConvertKit. They all have landing page components. You need an email autoresponder where you can build your database. I use ConvertKit.com. Okay, you're going to need a platform to sell your digital product off of. It could be behind a paywall. There's WooCommerce for WordPress. If it's an online course, it's Thinkific. I use Thinkific for my academies. So there's different resources that you need to tap into. But the biggest thing is finding a problem, creating the solution, and then figuring out the rest of it. But we're talking about building assets to create passive income. Before we close on our family, I say it each and every week. This wouldn't happen, guys, without the BEB family. Each and every week we get more and more downloads, and that's attributed to you guys. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the blog, and most of all, the movement. It's about building an economic power base in the Black community. There's no revolution without economics. Economics controls everything. It controls media. It controls education. It controls the narrative that we're painting it. It controls politics. So without the economic power base, everything that we're talking about, everything that we're thinking, it's not going to be possible. So you look at those great big political action committees, right? They're out there, they're making moves. They're changing people's minds. The media right now, I talk about the Koch brothers in the midterm election when Obama was in there, when the Republicans took over the Senate. The Koch brothers identified over 50 candidates that they poured money behind to take over the Senate. Okay, while we were all happy that Obama won, they were like, all right, he ain't gonna be able to do nothing because we controlling the Senate, right? So once again, economics controls everything. And if you're not coming from a position of strength, that means you coming from a position of weakness. And that's where we are right now. And the only way to overcome that, family, is to build and support Black-owned businesses. Is to provide access to capital. So when we build businesses, just like when I interviewed Killer Mike dropped last week, Greenwood Bank, access to capital to help people scale and build businesses. That's what it's all about. We build businesses, now we can hire our own. We don't have to go sit behind in some interview with a panel of 15 people of other ethnicities trying to get a job. If we control our own destinies and we start building and supporting our own businesses, then I can go sit across the desk from somebody that looks like me, understands me, and may give me an opportunity where other ethnicities or other people won't. And that's all about power and control. That's all about building an economic power base. So once again, family, make sure you don't sleep on building assets to create passive income. If you create passive income, you're not going to have to worry about sitting across the desk trying to impress somebody at an interview. All right, because you're going to be on the other side of the desk if you want to. Or you can be out living that freedom equation. Cash flow plus passive income equals freedom. You could be out fishing all day. You know what I mean? Whatever floats your boat. Working on projects and things that make sense to you, that fulfill you. So I'm telling you, family, when you get to that point, life is totally different. You're still going to go through, the hassles and things of life. But one of the things you don't have to worry about is going to a job that you can't stand, working with people you don't want to work with, focusing on issues and projects that you really couldn't care less about. Passive income, family. Love you guys. I'll see you at the same time next week. Peace.